Onwards, ho, through the beaches and stuff. It's actually a long trek. Bing, bing, bing. Nope, 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 nope. It's a big old cluster of stuff, though. Mine! That's satisfying. Uh-oh, snake's on its way. They're really just drowning me in this stuff at this point. Nope, 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 nope. Hey, there we go. I think I've already got several of those at this point, though. No. No snake. No snake. It's real close to catching me. There we go. Navigating via map is still working out. Dodging these little holes that are almost invisible. So now we're on the other side of what we saw from across the bend. That's why the map's already kind of discovered here. Because we could see it as we were on the other side. Oh, weird. Oh, look. There we go. Back to the entrance right there. That's activated. It's interesting that this place is, it's split between two different paths, so it actually ends up being like a micro map, basically, that you cross in a few seconds. And I've got to at least open all the chests, even if some of them are gonna be full of consumables I'm already maxed out on. Did I sell? Now I'm trying to remember when I remembered to sell my resources last time. I'm not hurting for money, but it does suck to hit the point where you're like, oh, I maxed out my 99 stack of that one vendor fodder item. And now I get to constantly feel guilty for not being able to pick these up. We're about to pass 250. They stick right on your ass. There it is. There's one. 165. I actually can afford it. And have leftovers. Get out of here, freeloader. A little bit longer. Looks like we're going to transition to a different dungeon type, though, judging by the door icon there. Wow, we've had a long path here. I guess that's what happens when they take the usual number of tiles that are attributed to a dungeon, but instead of making it, something with like puzzle mechanics and like roundabout paths and everything like that, and various directions to explore, they just make it one long hallway. As something becomes like this huge walkway from one side to the other. Even this one seems like an attempt to maximize how long they could make me stay on this one screen of the map, because they take a relatively small area, but they make me do a big winding path that goes back and forth around it in a sort of a wobbly U shape. More life bottles for me. Apparently, oh right, I spent them on the code red. I was gonna say I just got more of those, but they don't last.
How about it, Laphicet? Picking up on anything?
Yeah, in the direction of the temple. The feeling's getting stronger now.
It definitely ensures that you're going to have to... Oh, look, another teleporter. It ensures that you're going to have to buy new consumables on a regular basis whenever they make your maximum stack that small. Hurt! Maybe clicking on that makes them go away? Maybe. I think they actually kind of stopped. Either way, I've got my teleporters. It's interesting how almost every enemy seems to move at roughly the same speed, so you actually can pretty consistently get away. I think there are a few enemies that are objectively slower, though. And there's also a few that just move weirdly, like they teleport after you, or some of the enemies in the early areas would only chase you in a straight line, so you just have to step out of the way slightly. Palamides Temple? I forgot how they pronounced it already. I'm the king of forgetting how to pronounce things. Haha! Especially made-up words. Now I'm going to hear about how it's actually from, like, Norse mythology, and it's from the... Which I will totally buy into, because JRPGs love to borrow words. So I could totally buy into the idea that every single word anywhere in this thing could be from a billion other source materials. Ooh, yeah, we'll do the auto heal and reduced chance of stunning. What's our ranking at now? 9. I was primarily changing because we're running out of inventory items for that particular dish. But I'm never starving for dish items. Partly because I record a few episodes at a time and then come back a day or so later due to doing a series, which means that this guy over here is constantly ready and back every single time I do an episode. See, he's already level 10. I think that's high. It seems kind of high. I don't have anything to base it on, though. Oh.
What's this?
A demon! The demon we heard about? Sounds like it's having fun.
Then we'll use this distraction.
Let's stab it in all the places till it stops moving. Does coral ever come out of the water? This seems unlikely, but I don't actually know. I mean, it could be low tide, although would coral survive in an area where low tide happens like that? I'm gonna probably bet no, because wave action... It's worth noting that wave action on a beach is the most destructive force on the entire planet, basically. The amount of kinetic energy that is being used here, like it's taking quartz, one of the hardest stones in the world, silicon stones, and turning it into sand. That's how devastating wave action is. So I would bet that I would bet that natural life forms would not exist here, which is why generally coral seems to be specifically submerged all the time and a bit further back from the shore. But I'm not a marine biologist, I'm just a geologist, and I'm a bit out of practice at that.
Wow, look outside! It's the ocean! This was a place of worship for Aminoch, the Water Empyrean. The ancients built this sanctuary underwater for the same reason that Eumasia's temples were built underground. But building this underwater couldn't have been easy.
Aye. With the Earth temples, all they had to do was keep digging. Here, they had water to contend with.
How did they do it? You can't split the sea like you can a log.
They started by stacking giant stone blocks in the shallows, creating an enclosed space. Then they drained the water and expanded the enclosure. Once they had done that enough times and secured enough dry space, they were able to dig into the sea floor.
It's mind-boggling, isn't it?
The humans believed that by going through such great hardships to build these temples, they could show the depth of their devotion.
Additionally, current research suggests the site of this temple once sat on the seacoast.
What? Are you saying I'm wrong?
No, I'm only reporting what I've read in academic journals.
How would coastal ruins sink into the ocean?
When the Empyreans began their slumber, the land shifted, and this temple was swallowed by the sea. Scholars were able to prove that the sand and the heavy stones formed an airtight seal around the structure. Later, people carved an undersea tunnel to connect to the temple, bringing it to its current state.
Now that you mention it, I think I read that book too. Revised Theories on Ancient Architecture, right?
That's the one. Have you read it, Aizen?
No, I only read the first edition.
The problem with the stone enclosure theory is that each time you expand the enclosure, the innermost stones have to be carried out. Once that was pointed out as being too inefficient, alternate theories were developed. The revised edition has a number of competing theories. I highly recommend reading it.
I will then.
So, wait, was that a complete rebuttal of Aizen's explanation?
That was not my intention.
It's okay. Archaeology is a continuous process of asking new questions and making new discoveries. Prevailing theories change all the time.
What's it matter anyway? Let's just get going.
I feel so vindicated right now. So, every now and then I get a lot of flack for nitpicking or overthinking elements of my stupid JRPG fantasy game you're not supposed to think about. But, listen to the explanation this game gives for its own stuff. It wants you to think about these things. The writer spends so much time analyzing its own explanations for its own stuff, to the point where they're having discussions about competing theories about how it's even feasibly possible to build an underwater temple. So I'm right. Yeah.
There's no Empyrean here, right, Eisen?
If you're worried about it, why not flip that coin of his? Heads, no Empyrean. Tails, Empyrean Central.
But it always comes up tails.
Like I said before, these temples are nothing more than places of worship built by human hands. The current religion started when humans, fearful of natural forces, began to worship 4 gods they called the Empyreans. If you're concerned about whether or not one is sleeping in these ruins, just remember that their very existence is only legend.
Be that as it may, Inominat certainly exists.
Aye. But I've never heard a single story of anyone actually seeing an Empyrean. Inominat must be a special case then.
Must be.
I suppose so. If there were 4 more like him, and they were all trying to stop us, we'd be sunk.
I can't disagree.
Time for us to find out there's 4 more like him. Ha ha! Ha ha! We're doomed. Oh, look. Cannon fodder. So what's it like being useless? Oh. Doing one of these. Alright, well I can do this then. Ha ha! Whenever I see soldiers nowadays, we haven't been chased by a soldier for so long that every time I see one, I just assume that it's going to be another one of those moments where a cutscene happens, and then we are forced to fight them. Are you interactive? I tried to hit it. This is not one of those... I'm not playing Tokyo Mirage sessions. You can't just swing your sword around and whack things with them. Although it is oddly satisfying to have the option. Do these work? Nope, you have to go to the water. Everyone knows a demon can't go through freaking a little bit of a waterfall. She's just trying to, overturn the natural forces of the universe, but a waterfall, that's too much. Enemy or NPC? Probably enemy, judging by the soldier over here. There's a lizard man in armor. Oh yeah, he's patrolling. He's definitely an enemy. There is an indent in the pedestal. It looks like you can insert something into it. A teardrop. Okay, let's go find a teardrop. Bing, bing. So I assume that that's going to undo that waterfall. That's my working theory for now. Sneaky. Oh, that wasn't a teleport. Awkward. Oh, close behind me. We're good. Oh. Okay. And somewhere a chalice is undone in a waterfall. Don't know which one yet. When a chalice is filled with water, the waterfall connected to it flows, blocking the way through. Using fire to boil away the water will halt the waterfall and allow you to move onward. It is said that these chalices sometimes serve other purposes as well. Ghost of Christmas Present? Or is that Ghost of Christmas Past? Oh wow, you're not a lizard man anymore. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. So I've got to find the gem to put in that chalice so that it can serve its purpose. Which Ghost of Christmas whatever was the one that's famous for having the feast? I don't remember anymore. I can only remember that the future one's the death one, obviously. It's pretty straightforward. Can I break this wall? Jeez, Velvet. Desecrating shrines. How could you? Another bottle for me. Oh, hello. Now I'm slightly paranoid I may have missed a wall like that in the previous one, but I don't think I did. Even if I did, it doesn't seem like there's much important in it. It's just a chest. So is this one up here open? I guess they're both open now, huh? The quest continues. So the question is whether this is going to be like the infamous water temple of Ocarina of Time, which I don't even know anything about. All I know is that it's supposed to be some sort of huge pain in the ass. Which, that's its entire reputation for me. Oh! I'm gonna go back first. I thought I was activating checkpoint for teleporting later. Nope, teleports now. Jewels embedded in the monolith. You remove it. How dare you? Teardrop gemstone. Where did I teleport to? Way down there. Okay. Well, before I do that, let's try putting this exactly in the first spot I found so far, and see how that turns out. What are you? Oh, it's the wall demon. I haven't seen one of those guys for a while. What a setup to have a entire chalice whose entire job is just to hold water and then have a mechanism for boiling the water away for the purpose of undoing a waterfall? Rather inefficient, actually. If you just press a button and it turns off the waterfall, why make the Rube Goldberg thing of pressing a button to boil away water then the chalice somehow senses the water is gone to then turn off the waterfall as opposed to just making a button that turns off the waterfall? It's definitely a Rube Goldberg machine situation. It's just like, I wanted this button to do this thing, but I'm gonna add 17 steps in between first.
Well, it wiped out the security for us, but...
Well, look at that. Wolfie's got the crest of Aminoch. The same pendant worn by priestesses.
Then that makes this demon...
Yeah, she must be the missing mother, Mahina.
Can't be.
Whoa! Getting flashbacks to playing Tyranny and having the Beastmen everywhere. Or specifically the Beast Women. She only has 18,000 hit points. I can probably just hit her a lot. Yeah, if people have the power to turn demons back into humans without killing them, this would be a really good time to discover that power before we kill her. Otherwise, she's doomed. Ow. Oh well. She dead. Oh, she real dead. Oh crap. Well, my bad. Are we gonna find the daughter next, who's also a demon, or is she gonna be human and we'll have to tell her that her mother's dead, or is this fight gonna somehow end the cutscene where we discover how to fix her?
To think a priestess, beloved by her village, would become a demon. Eleanor? She's never going to be the same again. This is the least I can do for her. So says reason. Huh? That feeling! Damn!
Let the demon be. We don't need it.
Or it runs away. That works too. Provides the ability to trigger random fatigue-related skills. Where are we now? Okay, so that gets warped to from back there. There's probably another warp spot in the other room too. Probably gonna have to backtrack, but let's go forward for now. Ah, hi. How's it going, everybody? Just gonna use one of these real quick. Hey there.
That demon. I guess she caught demon blight when she was looking for her daughter.
Yeah, That's what the girl at the inn said.
But even after turning into a demon, she's still searching for her daughter. Well, Rokuro, Kurogane, and Dial all remember what they wanted when they were human, right? Demon or not, she's a mother. It's no surprise she would still be protective of her child.
It could be that. Or it could be something else.
Well, I hope that's what it is.
I know that must be how she felt as a human. But demons don't have a sense of motherhood or any such thing. You saw how violent she was. She's not Mahina anymore. When she became a demon, she lost all capacity for empathy and love. It's heartbreaking, but it's the truth.
Velvet and Rokuro still have empathy.
One demon left unchecked could take 100 lives. And this one's even willing to attack exorcists. Demons can wipe out entire villages, even cities, just as they destroyed my village. Thus, my path is clear.
Eleanor is right. There's no turning back once you've changed. Perhaps it would be a mercy to grant her peace through death. Is Inomata really an Empyrean?
What makes you ask that all of a sudden?
Well, according to the song Grimm deciphered, Inomata is an 8-headed dragon, right? The Empyreans are supposed to be these holy beings, but using Therians to feed on malevolence sounds more sinister than divine to me.
You've got a point there. Empyreans are a type of Malachim, and that doesn't seem like any Malach we've seen. And even less so when we're talking an 8-headed dragon.
Is it so far-fetched?
What do you think will happen if the Therians come together in one place?
Well, it wouldn't be good. My guess is they'd merge together into a giant, horrific monster. The mighty beast will attack us with its 8 long, snake-like necks and 8 heads spitting hellfire!
I can see your worry.
Right? And that's 8 heads with only 6 of us to take them on. It'd be more than we could handle.
I'd have to conjure up a double or two.
You can do that?
Of course not.
Then why mention it?
Oh!
What is it, Laphicet?
Do you think each head would act of its own free will? Because if they do, they'd be uncoordinated, bumping into each other and going this way and that, giving us an opening. If we fight as one united whole, I know we can win.
Yes! If we work hand in hand, victory is ours. Right, everyone? Huh?
Us, united? Have you looked at us recently? Well, I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I was. Oh!
It won't open. Is there some sort of trick to it?
Well, you could always try busting through it, but I wouldn't. Who knows what sort of traps you might trigger?
I know. Look at that diamond-shaped stone in the door. Haven't we seen that somewhere else?
You're right. It was on the pedestal with that chalice.
That huge thing? You must have some sharp eyes there.
I was more interested in what was inside that chalice.
So, what? That chalice is the key?
Somehow I doubt it'll be that simple. Some stones are colored and some aren't. It must hold some kind of significance.
I think you're right.
So I've got to go collect some stones and bring them here, probably. So the issue with the plan brought up by Laphicet is that why would a bunch of random people that don't get along make a better team than the 8 heads of a creature that have literally lived as a single organism for who knows how long? Like, they'd probably be a much better team than we would ever be, in that they've already had to be a team to survive until now. Also, previous topic, I am still kind of unclear on how demons work, because of, like, is there... There's a lot of game to think back through. I'm trying to think of whether or not we've had an explanation properly between what the difference is between a demon that has a sentience or a personality and still feels like a human, and a demon who doesn't. Because we have Velvet and we have Rokuro, those are 2 demons. Then we have Dial, who is also he's just some dude. Weren't he and Rokuro out back talking about like their wine or beer or whatever that they had access to, and like they're being all connoisseurs and stuff like that, or was it Eisen? I don't know, but it was definitely Dial. And so it's like Dial's just a person that looks like a crocodile. That's That's super different from like this beast woman that we're fighting right now that seems to not have sentience, but I'm getting the feeling that like as we move forward she's going to show signs of motherhood and stuff like that to confound Eleanor's expectations, because that's the point. But then you have all the mindless demons we're fighting throughout the entire game that don't even slightly show reason because they attack us on sight in hordes, and I don't know if there's clean enough divisions between these different groups and how they work necessarily. So on one hand, I want to call out Eleanor for the hypocrisy of acting the way that she acts like the people in our party. She ignores all the people in our party that are straight up just people, despite being demons, whenever she's talking about how like demons can't possibly have sentience or caring and stuff like that. But the game itself feels like it ignores the party members in our party with when it comes to all the demons surrounding us all the time. So I don't necessarily have a explanation either. It seems more like it's their culture has a problem where they only have one word for this thing that probably should have a lot of words. Seems demon is too simplistic because it categorizes together massively different types of creatures that behave completely differently from each other and have different characteristics and are formed, maybe even are created for different reasons, and so on and so forth. And so it might be their frustratingly simplistic language that makes this difficult. So I can walk through this one? No, I can't. Huh. What? Why though? Why though? Why do I want a water bridge if I can't walk across it? Can we skip the cutscene, maybe? I don't think we can. Alright. So the waterfall goes away. Wait, the bridge stays? The heck? Okay, sure. Just gonna accept that. There's intuitive, and then there's whatever just happened here. But fine, now we know. Okay. Yeah, the bridge just sticks around, because magic. It's magic. You know, in a world with magic, you think that they wouldn't feel the need to explain in careful detail how an underwater place could be built. And yet... Oh, no. Oh, yes. Convenient. And now I have one, and I am sad. And I have sunglasses. Oh, they're amazing. They're amazing. Look at them. How many colors can I make them? I wish there was more color customization in this game, to be fair. The effectiveness is iffy. So you have to change the lens and the frame with one color thing. But I don't know if you guys know about this already. Some of you guys are just watching this and haven't played them before. But when you pick certain things... That's the bangs are a terrible example. Let's do Miniloid. So when you change the color of something... I can't change the color of this thing, that's a bad example. What it does is it takes the overall appearance of the entire thing. What's a good example? There's like no good examples, are there? That's a good example, probably. It takes the entire thing and it places a color filter on top of it. So like you can tell it's clearly the same brown hat, and they're just like trying to jam a universal color filter over the entire thing, which leads to mixed outcome. Also, it means that white is brown and black is darker brown, and everything's tinged with weird colors. This is blue, sure. It's you can't quite color things as much as you might want. So I've had a few moments where I wanted to customize a certain thing to look a certain way and realized, oh, it's actually impossible. There are more detailed sliders you can do for the color, but it doesn't give you more control over what you're coloring. It just means you can pick more colors. Instead of like the 8 pre-made ones, you can scroll through like a color wheel. But that doesn't solve the problem necessarily. I didn't grab the crystal. Whoops. There we go. Flower-shaped gemstone is mine. What do you do? Hooray! That was somewhere. Is that the room I was just in? Or no? Place all kind of looks the same. Ah, it was that one. Okay. Sneaky, 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 sneak, 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 sneak. Alright, you guys. You did it! Oh, Oh. Americian, not American. Sure.
Scout ship setting
The fact that it's going off the map makes me think that maybe that's the last one. Required level 9, required level 10. Let's see, did we cover everything on the entire map? Not quite. Almost everything. The everything in the middle, the splotchy stuff in the middle is not covered yet, so I guess we're not necessarily done yet. The fact that it's a nice even number of 10 and goes partway off the map makes me kind of think it might be the last one. And I think I've heard about other skills maxing out at 10 in this game, but I could be wrong about that too. How's my cooking doing? Not 10 yet, so hard to say. I'd have to actually do fights. Wait! Did I just looped around. Didn't I just open that up? Which just led... Wait, but I already had this elevator. I've accomplished nothing! Huzzah! Let's get back to the save point. Hit. Hit. Nope, 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 nope. Got it. Haha!